Hey YouTube. Well, it's been a little while since I've done a video, a couple weeks. But here we are on the Sioux Falls Recreational Trail. I'm just on the spur that goes next to the rail, as you can see over here to my left. That's the rail with trail. I did a rail trail video a little while ago. You can check out my channel for that if you want to see more. But yeah, there it is to my left. I guess the term rail trail is used for like abandoned railway trails where they make them into a bike path, walking path, that kind of a thing. But this trail here, they call a rail with trail because it's an active railroad. The trains come up and down these tracks all the time, so I guess that's the difference. I didn't really know that when I first made that rail trail video, but someone cleared me up on that. No bother, same thing. A path next to a railroad track. It's a very beautiful evening. It's 7 p.m. It is, let me see if I can figure out what date it is here. It is Friday, June 26th. Friday, June 26th, 7 p.m. Yeah, we're getting pretty close to the July 4th weekend here in the United States, which is always a very fun weekend. And what's really cool is, you know, I mean, it doesn't always fall on a weekend, right? So this one is actually falling on a Saturday. And it's the 250th year of America's independence. So that's going to be a big party, a big party. Looking forward to that next weekend. Look how beautiful the weather is. It's only about 75 degrees right now. And I'm heading into downtown Sioux Falls, so this is about maybe a 15 to 20 minute ride into downtown Sioux Falls. And in downtown Sioux Falls, we're gonna stop over at what's called the Levitt. And the Levitt is a nice outdoor concert area. And in the summertime, Sioux Falls puts on free concerts. So every single weekend, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, so think about that, every week, those 3 days, we get free concerts. There's always great shows going on. So I figured I was gonna ride over there and probably enjoy a great food truck and see a free concert. So you get to ride along with me. Probably take us about 15 minutes to get there, I would imagine. I've taken you into downtown before. Easy ride, especially with weather like this. I didn't do a video last weekend. Mainly because last weekend I was really busy. I have been doing a repair on our back deck. The handrails on our deck were, the handrails are very old and rotten, getting soft. You know how wood gets rotten after a while. Even cedar, solid cedar will do that eventually, which is what was going on. So I basically took off every top rail on my deck and replaced them with new cedar 2x4s. I'll put a picture up. I just ordered a bunch of 16-foot cedar boards, 2x4, and took about 5 of them to do the job. But now the deck rails are all nice and strong and beautiful. They're not going to stay looking like raw cedar for too long though. I'm going to stain them. I'm going to do a solid stain to match the rails, the railings, and the rest of the deck. So everything will be the same color of solid stain, which is kind of like a cream color. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'll be doing that this weekend. On your left. Here we got a nice downhill. Make sure nobody's coming. Sometimes it's hard to make that turn. There we go. Such a beautiful, beautiful evening to ride. It's rare that you get to ride along on a partly cloudy day when it's 75 degrees and there's hardly any wind. It's just gorgeous. Usually you get one of the 3 things. It's either going to be too hot, it's going to be too cold, or you're going to have a lot of wind, or you have a combination of those. Next week, we're going to be in the 90s though, all week long. I think starting Sunday actually. So they say we're going to be in the mid 90s some days and maybe even up to 100 depending. But what makes it even worse is they're saying that the, what do they call that? The dew index, or the, I forget the term, but basically it just means it's going to be very humid. So it's going to be very, very humid next week and very, very hot. So we got to be really careful. And I don't want to go out and ride too much unless I have some good shade, maybe like what we have right here. But I won't be riding too aggressively or hard. I wish you could just stay 75 and sunny every day. Let's just enjoy the ride. Oh. Look at that huge sandbox for the kids over there. It's really a volleyball courts, but you know, for kids, that's like a giant sandbox to play in, right? A lot of fun. On your left. I like that when you tell people on your left and they actually hear you and they say thank you. I'm going to turn here. I'm going to get on the other side of the river because this is loud. I'll tell you in a minute. So this side of the river gets us into downtown easier. So you see that we have bike paths and walking paths on both sides. And they're all paved like this. On your left. On your left. And little rabbits jumping around, birds flying. Big robin right there. As with a lot of my rides, we'll probably see some geese out here too. I love the geese. I talk about them all the time. It's because Canadian geese are beautiful birds. And we get a lot of them. We won't be seeing too many of them anymore, though. I think, mating season's over. They've already laid their eggs and hatched all their goslings. Last I was riding, a couple weeks ago, maybe it was 3 weeks ago, I did a ride for you guys and was showing you how the goslings were getting their feathers. So all the fuzz was going away. So by now they should all have their feathers and have flown away for the most part. But we might see some geese. Let's see. I'll point them out if we do find any. Little rabbit over there to the right. Almost hit it. Not really, but he was just to the right of the path. There's some geese. But the goslings are gone. See, just some adult geese. Hey guys. I know. You give me the warning, aren't you? You're shaking your head at me. They give you little warnings sometimes. They'll swivel their head, look at you. It's like, hey, I'm right here. I see you. Sure, I'm seeing a lot of baby bunnies though. Probably won't show up on camera, but every now and then I'll see a little baby bunny go running off. Because, just like with the geese, springtime, the rabbits mate and they have all of their offspring, which is a lot. And so you'll see a lot of little baby bunnies running around. Yeah, I'm not seeing very many geese anymore. Usually I would have seen a bunch by now. No train coming, all right. We're getting pretty close to downtown area right now. I had to duck my head on that branch that we just went under because I'm 6'5", so I got to avoid such things. You might remember the last time I took this path to my right, or to my left, I'm sorry. That right. I saw a deer standing there staring at me. Ended up getting that on camera. Don't know if any of you use cameras, but what's weird is I'll see something in person with my eyes and it'll look pretty close. But when I see it on camera, it'll look really far away. It's kind of strange. But I think it just has to do with the lens that's on this action camera. Things look further away. You see these squirrels all running over here? Hey, squirrels. I bet you on the camera, it'll look like they're really tiny and far away. But to me, they're right there. You see there's a rabbit out here? You see him out here? I'll ride up to him. There's a rabbit, and there he goes. You get a lot of rabbits. There's a squirrel. Okay. I'm doing that because I'm kind of curious to see what it looks like when I watch this in editing. I'll be curious to see how far away did those animals look on the camera versus what they look like to me. I got up maybe 6 feet away from that rabbit. Okay, remember the statue of David? I showed you this before. Isn't that cool? It's a replica of the statue of David by Michelangelo. Beautiful, huh? It's in bronze. I think the original is in marble, if I'm not mistaken. All right, well, we're in downtown Sioux Falls. And over to the left of me is that big colorful parking structure I pointed out before. All right, well, I'm gonna cross here. Busy though. So there's the river over there to my left. You guys can see that. Oh, there we go. Okay. That's the only street we have to cross. There's our beautiful tile wall here. The whole thing is made up of colorful tiles. Ceramic tiles, I believe. Each color is a different tile. Isn't that pretty? We'll go really slow so you get a good look at it. Okay. Well, I'm sure the music has started. We'll probably start hearing that pretty soon. The Levitt's not too far from here. Maybe 5 more minutes. Let's go this way. I'll stop here. You guys can see. We got people out there kayaking right now. It's the Big Sioux River. I mean, why not kayak on such a beautiful evening, right? They're trying to paddle upstream. That's a workout. You're definitely not going to see it on camera, but maybe. Right down there, where I'm pointing, there's a bunch of ducks just swimming around and having a good time. Okay. We're getting up to the Arc of Dreams, which I've pointed out before a couple times. Our beautiful historic landmark here in Sioux Falls. That's one half of it right there. On your left. And there's the other half underneath these trees. Isn't that nice? You see the lights are already on. They're probably on a timer from early spring or whatever, where it would be getting dark at 6 o'clock. I mean, it doesn't get dark till 10 o'clock. So that's kind of funny that the lights are already on. So we're riding into the Steel District, they call it. I'll give you a little view here of some of the downtown area. Such a very nice downtown. So clean. It's rare that you ever find anything like graffiti here.
What's he saying? Just like anytime you want to play.
And then up ahead, see where it says Lust Family Stage? That's the Levitt. And the Levitt does a good job of keeping the sound in there and broadcast outward, but not this way. On your right. On your left.
But
It's just easier to control.
Let's go see who's playing. Well, we made it. This is our destination.
But
The band hasn't started yet. That's interesting. Let's go around. So you see that big sign right there? It says the Sioux Steel Company, Sioux Sheet Steel Products. I honestly don't even know if there is any steel company there anymore. I'm thinking the buildings are just used for different things. That's what used to be there, but I may be completely wrong on that. Maybe we do still do steel here, but I don't think so. We do call this whole area the Steel District though. So we got apartments and condos and things here. There's a lot of shopping and restaurants and stuff up ahead. I'll take you over to the water's edge. Looks really nice. This is kind of the happening place where people like to go and drink and party and just have a fun time. Everything's new and fresh. So you got the Dahlia Kitchen and Bar, which is a great Mexican restaurant. There's a boutique over here called the Pask Boutique. So the interesting thing, the Pask flower is the state flower for South Dakota. Pasque, Pask. Now I got to figure out how you even get down here with a bike. I just see stairs. Oh, there we go. It's over here. I did a ride for you guys a couple weeks ago where I was wondering, how do I get over here? And then I figured it out. And that's why I came over here, so I could show you guys. Say, I figured it out. I'm here. I'm on the other side. But yeah, you have to go through that steel district to get over to this part. So let's take a look here. It's very pretty. Isn't that beautiful? I'm not sure if you can see how colorful the flowers are out there. Kind of a magenta color. A lot of birds out there. You can hear some frogs. Very nice. This is the beginning of the Sioux Falls. So that way, if we go that way a little ways, that's where the Falls Park is, which I've shown you guys before. Falls Park is over there, about half a mile. This is the top of Falls Park. Let's see if you can see that. You see all the geese over there, they're at that waterfall edge, just hanging out. Guess the current isn't too powerful, they can just stand there, no problem. And then that bridge you see right there is a railroad bridge. Only trains go over that. You can't ride a bike or walk on it. At least not legally, and it's very dangerous if you did. Well, I made it to my destination. The concert should be starting any minute. You got to see the Levitt. And you got to see the river from this side. So I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the ride with me, and thanks for wasting your time with me, enjoying the rides, and allowing me to show you Sioux Falls and just how beautiful it is. So until next time, everybody, thanks again. As a red, white, and blue America, 'cause of them we're free to fly a flag, torn her front